December 21st of 2020 was a big day of the winter solstice and the cosmological conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, which seems to have marked the official date of the start of the Age of Aquarius collective experience in the spiritual community. However, there is still much debate to whether it is now, or still many more years from now, or happened in 2012. But regardless in what way we look at the cosmos, I wanted to celebrate the Old Age and usher in the new year with visions of the Age of Aquarius, also known as the Golden Age of Man. Whether you feel it was December 21st, 2020, or December 2012, or much later in the future, there is no doubt that you can see the budding of a new age coming on the horizon. The next great planetary conjunction like this will be in another 20 years, and we are already seeing so much change in 2020, moving towards the next era. So for many people, this conjunction is the marking of the new age advancements as individual people and as a collective world. I believe we must honor the good things that happened and helpful wisdom of the ages, remembering them with fondness, while reflecting on the darkness of the ages of what we did not like, in order to change it together as a collective, as well as an individual with your own creative power. We must always give light to the darkness so that we may transform it. So I use the ancient Tibet mandala as a way to show the creating of a new age and eventually the blowing of it away, bringing forwards a new creation. We can always honor the old age wisdom that no longer serves us, but did in the past of development and welcoming of the new. The Age of Pisces was said to be a symbolism of faith, belief, sacrifice, and religion, and symbolized Jesus' birth as well as death and resurrection. Within this age, many wonderful and terrible things occurred for Earth. Organized religion formed, taking the messages and started controlling over the masses through fear and illusion. Yet on the other side of dogmatic religion, mysticism, secret mystery schools, and a deep sense of spirituality formed in humans. Spiritual sciences and psychology and all art forms was explored as a way to truly ascend the human spirit. The Age of Pisces contained the Enlightenment era of moral law and rational science, moving past the five senses and religious restrictions. In philosophy, we saw idealism, rationalism, romanticism, and many isms form on this planet during this age, in reflections of humans trying to identify themselves with the divine. We saw bold and emotive art expressing the deepest dreams of humans, of fairy, and other angelic realms through the Renaissance and Art Nouveau period. Human psychology of the subconscious mind, and in the exposing of dreams and inner visions through entertainment and art, all were gained through the Pisces influence on Earth. Many mystery schools and esoteric occultism developed under the church's noses to help teach the hidden spiritual truth of Gnosticism. Neptune is the master of dreams and illusions, both helpful and harmful if you are not paying attention. Through outward beauty, sometimes a beautiful illusion can be presented, but it is the job of the person to go through each idea in this world that enters their perception and decide what is true and what is really lies that are not everlasting. To the spiritualists, mystics, and those sensitive who sense energy shifts, the apocalypse has already occurred. The Greek word apocalypse means an uncovering or unveiling, is known as a disclosure or revelation of great knowledge. This veil lifted can be imagined as moving slowly through the ages of humanitarian movements, and those whistleblowers who speak out for the voiceless, standing strong for the victims of the unconscious people, not as a single event, but as a slow and sometimes painful stripping away of the illusions and lies of the old ages and old perspectives to reveal to us our inner dreams and visions, born in the Age of Pisces. Pisces was the dream maker that planted a seed in the mind of man of spiritual visions of higher being. And now Aquarius will take that seed to bring water to it, as the water bearer to make it bloom, to grow our dreams and desires as people and a world, for more beauty, truth, and spiritual equality to behold as an authentic experience. Aquarius represents fresh perspectives, new thought, innovation, and humanitarian movements towards equality and community, and this is what brings us more into harmony through spiritual awareness, so we can experience the true spiritual dream of heaven on earth from the Piscean age. In the movement from the former era to the latter, religion battles science, and we see a struggle to move into the new era for Earth. The ending of the Age of Pisces may mean many will have to let go of old perspectives and outdated ideas that don't help anyone foster peace as a community. We can no longer look at the individual as a lone master of destiny, but we must see the Age of Aquarius, the truth about this one world and planet. Aquarius will bring us community from other beings and races from other planets in the cosmos, to let humanity know they are and never were alone in the universe. So starseeds and really creative individuals with a passion to bring something new as a way shower will help usher in this new age of Aquarius with love and community-driven intentions in their hearts to help bring a more peaceful world. Those who identify as solely Earth humans will continue their growth to learn that they are a spiritual being, a multidimensional consciousness in a unique vessel or body that is part of a collective story about building a planet with others in cooperation, to a global and ultimately a galactic one, to meet those within the Milky Way galaxy, and then, in the future, an intergalactic one, which is where a species can travel and meet with other beings in other distant galaxies. The Age of Aquarius coming means many things, but the most important for spiritual development is the ending of the occultic or secretive mysticism of esoteric spirituality of the unknowable God and angels in the sky. This was the age of discovery, learning, and trying to discover the immaterial and spiritual, to make sense of what was felt through listening to music, reading a book that touched us, or just noticing the beauty of nature. This search for God in all the wrong and sometimes right places. Within through mysticism and secret mystery schools, has slowly and painfully brought us into the Age of Aquarius. It is the elemental sign of air, of knowing, which is about using the acquired dreams, oracle messages from the Age of Pisces in the collective into the psychology of the collective experience as real community to live together in prosperity on Earth. More individuals who have been awakening into Christ consciousness will help usher in a greater spirit of love and oneness. In the most ideal vision, the Age of Aquarius looks like building a very technologically advanced new world out of the ruins of the old ages that does not allow wars against each other to go on for 100 years as it did in the past. Most wars, if any, that still linger between nations as the world unites into one global community will be debated through dialogue and resolved through harmony and compromise, using the higher intellect and psychology to understand one another more. Aquarius is not an emotional sign, but it is the sign of logic and reason. But with the wisdom of the Pisces age, we have learned how to express our spiritual dreams and desires of ascension and enlightenment of the mind and emotions. Aquarius, the water bearer, is here now to nurture these dreams and visions, to manifest them in reality for all to see and experience. The Age of Aquarius will foster in new perspectives, and while it is not to suggest there will instantly be peace, there will be veils of ego slowly lifted, and secrecy between one another will be replaced by transparency, and we will no longer be swimming in our own seas of spiritual martyrdom and just inner poetic dreams. But now we are building them together as a new world of Aquarius. Ages are 2,000 years each, and souls who are in touch with the old ages of painful lessons and growth may feel a bit drained and weary at this time, ready for a rebirth. So it is with the greatest joy I blow the Age of Pisces away, taking in all the wisdom gained from the old age and starting all over again with a new creation together, welcoming the new age of shifting into the Age of Aquarius for Earth, and seeing the blossoming of the golden age of man, a time that aligns to the advancement of the intellect and spirit, where people will slowly become more free to express their individual truths, not be so controlled by a dominant few, but all become sovereign of our own lives and harness the kingdom of heaven and even the dreams of fairy on earth. Can you imagine a life of leisure as humans become more light-hearted and full of spiritual love? Of joy while working together on building a beautiful planet? People can live to work by their passions and experiencing their own creations, instead of working to just live as a struggle. Can you see all human beings becoming more beautiful, naturally glowing with the divine light of awareness and freedom within? As we advance technically in the New Age, we can remember our roots of nature to keep us grounded spiritually. And as we gaze upwards at the stars, we can be reminded of our larger goals and higher dreams to expand outwards in space and grow in character and in spirit, but we can also plant our feet on the ground to manifest them on earth here for all to see on the new earth and experience together. And in the New Age, we already are seeing the earliest buddings of it. As this year was particularly challenging as a world, we learned much and grew together, and we must honor all the souls who departed by living on to create a better world. I will end this year with a Buddhist mantra as a blessing for the New Age and next year. May all love reign in the hearts of all beings next year and always.